Well, hello, Geminis, and welcome to your June 2021 reading. I am so excited to be doing this. Happy birthday to you all. Happy belated birthday to those of you who have already had your birthday. As you know, at the end of May 26th, we had that super full blood moon, and it was jam-packed full of energy. It was a lot about releasing old patterns, old cycles, things that you had really been growing in, just, cutting those ties and really just starting fresh. And I really felt drawn to do a reading this month in January on transitions. Now, today as I record this, it is June the 11th. So yesterday was that new moon solar eclipse. And again, it is about expecting powerful change to just take place and really to open self up to allow those transitions to happen. Now, I do apologize. I am going to try to talk nice and loud. I wanted to get, of course, you guys and Cancer, the last two readings I wanted to get done, and sure enough, I have a tractor in my backyard today. So I do hope that, I can speak loud enough and you can hear over top of the tractor and that doesn't cause much of a distraction. All right, so we are using the Light Seers Tarot today. And what we're looking at this month is really the transition and how to really open yourself up to allow this transition to take place within your life. All right. So this is for Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, wherever else you find it in your chart. Keep in mind, it is a general reading, right? So not everything is going to fit. Take what fits, leave the rest. If you do find this at a later time, trust that message was meant to find you when it found you. All right, Geminis, for Gemini, June 2021. Current energy here for the Geminis. Thank you. We have the Sun, we have the Page of Wands, and we have the Wheel in current energy. Wow, Gemini, check this out. Just really opening self up to this new prosperous beginning. What is transitioning this month for the Gemini spirit? What is transitioning this month for the Geminis? We have the Three of Cups, beautiful. The Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords, holy. This is beautiful energy, Geminis. How is this transition supporting the Geminis? How is this transition supporting Geminis this month? Thank you, Spirit. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. We have the Five of Cups in reverse. And we have the Knight of Swords upwards. How is this challenging? How is this energy? How is this transition challenging Geminis this month? We have the King of Wands. We have the Five of Swords. And we have the King of Cups in reverse. All right. Well, Geminis, beautiful, beautiful energy. Current energy, especially to be in. Absolutely lovely. The Sun is about feeling wholesome, okay? The Sun is about prosperity, fulfillment, joy, happiness. It is the happiest card, the most fulfilling card within the whole tarot deck, right? And it is not only talking about love, it can be talking about childbirth, it can be talking about all sorts of different things. But what actually, I love how the depiction of this card, like, it is like as though the Sun is just like she's radiating this, and I love the solar plexus is yellow, right? And so to me, that's very much kind of what this radiation is. As you can see, there's almost like this spiritual kind of like whooshy kind of thing coming down to her. And it's, to me, that's so much the energy here of connecting to the universe around you and feeling wholesome within yourself. You see, the Page of Wands comes after this, the Sun. And the Page of Wands, pages are about new beginnings, guys, okay? It's like startings of new cycles coming from, like, the growth has been done, and when pages are there, it's like the beginning of new opportunities. And the Pages of Wands, when we're talking about wands, we're talking about our spirituality. And the Page of Wands is about really embracing this new level of self, okay? See how she's like throwing her wand up through the old patterns? And to me, that's what's happening here. It's as though you are embracing this new cycle of self, because that is what the Page of Wands is. Wands are about showing your passion, showing your authenticity, showing your truth, your wholesomeness, your divinity, right? Like, that is the energy of a wand. And a Page of Wands is coming forward. She's acknowledged that there's been growth in the past, and she's going forward as a new being, okay? She's kicking the old patterns to the past here and going forward with with just new passions and new ways, you know, and even new, like a new way to hold herself, like going forward on a different kind of vibration than she has in the past. And when the wheel follows it, I love this. I love how this comes, because the wheel is about the universe. Like, that is major life shift cycles taking place, happening, right? And to me, this current energy, Gemini, is very much about this fulfilling energy all around you. And it's as though you are beginning these new cycles, and the universe is just allowing all of these new changes to take place, because that is what the wheel is. Now let's clarify the sun here. What is the sun in current energy? Can you clarify the sun in current energy? Thank you. Wow, we have the Three of Swords in reverse. Interesting. Here is where, you know, and this is probably where this fulfillment comes from, because it's, you know, when you find true fulfillment and true happiness within your life, those who have truly found it know that it does not come from materialistic things, right? That kind of happiness comes from healing the pain of the past, from healing the heartbreak that we carry, right? Because the Three of Swords in an upright energy is very much like when you see this girl like this, right? You can see the pain, and that she is literally tied and bound and still trapped to this kind of heartbreak and to this kind of heart shatter. I love how, like, this depiction, you can see that there's like literally strings all outside the picture, because, you know, her heart is broken, and there are strings that are attached to many things. It's not just one thing in particular, right? And you see when it's in reverse, clarifying this sun, it's as though you have healed that kind of trauma. You've really worked on that kind of Three of Swords pain and done the work to relieve yourself from that kind of burden, from that kind of consistent burden. You know, maybe this is heartbreak of the past, and you've just done this growth of self, right? And now you're opening yourself up to this new happiness, like to the new way forward here, right? Allowing yourself to feel fulfilled from the universe, from the divine. Let's clarify this Page of Wands, Spirit. Can we clarify this Page of Wands as well in the current energy? Wow, we have the Ace of Swords. Look at that. Sorry, the Ace of Wands and the Four of Swords in reverse. Interesting. So, you know, the aces here, they are the beginnings, right? And aces are gifts from the divine. And I love, can you see here how her third eye is kind of like enlightened? Like it's as though Spirit has gifted her this new sense of passion, this new understanding. And when the Four of Wands is about taking a time out. Okay, it's about that self-reflection, allowing self to really rest and recuperate, you know, find safety within your own space. And see, in the reverse here, I feel as though this is where this new beginning is coming. It's as though you have taken that heartbreak of the past, right? And Spirit's really enlightened you with this new sense of passion. You know, maybe where you have been confused or not connecting to self and to that self-reflection here. I feel as though your intuition here, Spirit has really sparked the change that needed to happen within your life, right? Where's the wheel? Why is the wheel here in this current energy? Wow, the Hanged Man clarifies the wheel. Two majors. Interesting. The wheel is about shifting. The wheel is about the universe aligning new changes into our lives, guys. And the Hanged Man energy is about surrendering, releasing yourself from the constant resistance of what the universe is trying to bring into you. You know, the Hanged Man energy, I love how the light really shines through in this depiction too, because it's as though the divine, this girl here has just surrendered herself. Okay, she's surrendered. She has chosen her power. She claimed her power here, and her power was to surrender to divine will, surrender to divine timing, surrender to what was ever next, whatever the divine had lined for her next. You know, and when the wheel is shifting and we release ourselves and just allow the divine, you know, find that peace with just being in the moment and allowing for what to come, allowing for what to be to come next. We find this kind of peace, and we allow the divine to shift the wheel in the way that it is going to best serve us, because we release our resistance to the change. And that's a huge portion here, Gemini, right? I feel that there's just so much happiness at your fingertips, and instead of fighting it and thinking, well, I need to hold on to some sort of pain of the past, it was like as though you cut that, you know. Spirit sparked this new kind of intuitive, I don't know what it was. I'm sure maybe you can't pinpoint it, but maybe there's something. And it was like, yeah, like I feel this sense of rebirth. I feel this sense and this shifting within inside of self. And I feel the excitement to just allow the divine to be, like to allow the divine to take control here. Now, the transition that is happening, I love this, because here we have another ace at the end of it, another gift from Spirit. Three of Cups is about fellowship, guys. Okay, it can certainly be talking about romantic fellowship. It can be talking about friendships, soul tribes. But the interesting thing about the Three of Cups, okay, so the Two of Cups is like, you know, your kind of romantic kind of energy, right? But the Three of Cups is about soul connections. Okay, it goes beyond intimacy. It goes beyond that lust for another. It goes beyond surface level friendships. Okay, it is talking about friendships, relationships, whatever kind, romantic, platonic, whatever, right? That are rooted in something solid here, you know, especially when the Eight of Pentacles comes behind it. And check out this Eight of Pentacles. You can see how she's got all of these like things before her. These are all the lessons. These are all the things in her life that she has learned. And check out all the moon cycles, right? Here's truth. Here's clarity, okay? There, again, a gift, some sort of aha coming in from the divine here. And I feel that what is really transitioning for a lot of you Geminis is going to be some sort of connection. Okay, maybe you're building this soul tribe. Maybe you're finding and really tapping into your spirituality for the first time and what that looks like in your life. You know, you can acknowledge all that you've like grown and really and come to in life so far, but here it's like, okay, it's almost as though Spirit's giving you this like clarity and this truth to be like, yet there's more. You've done so well, you've learned so much, and yet there's more, and there's deeper relationships, there's deeper understanding to be had here. Can you clarify this Three of Cups in the transition? Interesting. The Three of Cups in this transition was the Judgment, the Lovers, and the Six of Pentacles. And this energy here, look at that releasing. Look at that surrendering. And maybe again, for some of you, it is certainly about romantic partnerships. You know, the Lovers can definitely have that romantic partnership to it. What I do feel like this transition is finding the happiness within the relationships. Like it's as though you're finding happiness in relationships in which you're giving out is what you are getting back in, you know, because that's kind of that's the energy of the Three of Cups. That's the relationship energy of the Three of Cups, is that you're at peace with those within that kind of relationship, because what you give out is what, like, those relationships are very reciprocal, right? And I feel for some of you, maybe it hasn't been very reciprocal in the past. Maybe for some of you, the relationships, romantic, platonic, friendships, whatever kind of relationships you're discussing, work, maybe they have not been reciprocal relationships, and what you were giving wasn't what you were getting back. You know, maybe there was large amounts of codependency that you were needing others to fill your energy space here. You know, that you needed people to make you feel wholesome here, Geminis. And this to me is very much where you are finding the wholeness within inside of self, because before you're connecting to others, you're connecting to self and spirit. Okay, let me just break something down for you here. Hierarchy of power. Okay, that is extremely important within our growth and within our understanding, okay, and within how we claim our power within life. Maston Kipp, amazing speaker, and this is really, you know, this comes from him and his beliefs for sure. But he breaks that hierarchy of power down and says our hierarchy of power must go self, creator, and others. You know, and oftentimes within our lives, we mix that hierarchy of power up, and we can put, you know, the creator, others, and then ourselves, or we put others, creator, ourselves, or we put others, you know, or self. Like that hierarchy of power can certainly be very different among all of our lives here, but you need to address that. Right? Because I feel, especially in relationships here, Gemini, that you have given others your power. You see, in relationships won't work that way. A healthy, growing relationship is going to be one where you choose to make sure that you are doing things for your power and for your growth. And then you choose to do divine will after that. And then through serving divine will, you therefore go and you can serve others. Okay, you see how that works? And see, that is where this Three of Cups transition is happening, because no matter what relationship you are discussing here, you are looking at that hierarchy, and that's not a selfish thing to do. You are looking at that hierarchy of power and saying, what is it that I choose to love? What is it that I choose to give my energy to, right? And again, it's that accountability, it's that wholeness, it's understanding that what you give is what you will get back. So if you are needing something from somebody, you are going to get back energy that is needing things from you. It'll be codependent and unhealthy all day long, but that is what is transitioning, Gemini. Here is this, and you know, I see that you've done so much work to that already. I do see that there has been huge growth within you. You know, I feel that addressing your energy and addressing your, yeah, the Chariot and the Ten of Cups clarify that Eight of Pentacles, because I see that that is really where you've been working at, okay? Maybe for some of you, you acknowledge those codependent behaviors in the past, or you acknowledged that emptiness within inside of self and went on that journey, went on that, you know, steered your chariot in a way to find that fulfilling happiness and healing for self, and then therefore for the life around you and for those in that life around you, right? And I think too that a lot of this Eight of Pentacles is just very much you acknowledging the growth here. Like if you are wanting this happiness and you are wanting this kind of fulfillment, right? And the Ten of Cups is like, that's that like love for family. Like that's a very, it's a very emotionally, and whether that's, you know, a family that you want to have, or it's just, you know, your friendship family or your soul tribe family, right? But it's that wholesomeness and feeling love and fulfillment emotionally on many aspects of your life. See, and that's where you're steering yourself to. I feel that that is where you acknowledge that this work has been put into, because you are moving in the forward direction. You wanted that happiness, you wanted that fulfillment and that emotional fulfillment within your life, right? All right, so let's see. This Ace of Swords. Why is this Ace of Swords here in this transition? Thank you. Ace of Pentacles. You see, because Ace of Swords here is this truth and this clarity, and the Ace of Pentacles came out reverse. And see, and I think this is where, you know, the Ace of Pentacles, another new tangible beginning, a new opportunity. And see, to me, this is where this clarity comes in for this beginning that has not taken place within your life. I feel that you have wanted to plant the seed and grow this new, and that's that pentacle is gonna be different for all of us, because the pentacle is a tangible phase within our life. Okay, it's a tangible beginning. It's a tangible seed that we are wanting to grow, right? And see, and this Ace of Swords, I think this is the clarity and the truth to that new phase that you are wanting to begin, to that new beginning. Sorry guys, Bailey was coming up and leaving on the tractor, so I just had to pause the video there. Okay, so see, I feel that very much this transition here is again so much that choice of power, and how when you choose that power, when you choose the happiness and the fulfillment and the energy and I feel that there's just so much clarity. I feel that there is just this, you know, Spirit is giving you all of these kind of truths and these answers. And, you know, I feel if you open yourself up to signs right now, Gemini, you would be seeing so many of them, right? And look into them, right? Like, look, when you wake up in the morning, ask to see a sign, ask to see something that is going to, whether it's an animal or it's a number, but ask to see something, ask for those signs to know that you are on the right way, on the right path here. Because I feel that a lot of this is just, I feel that that Ace of Pentacles can be that situation that you felt just wasn't beginning. Like it was like you were working towards this happiness and you knew that you wanted this new start, and it's just as though it's kind of been elusive. That new beginning just hasn't happened. But see, I think what's shifting here within this transition is that new beginning is starting. There's some sort of truth and clarity that comes in here to really like begin that opportunity for you. How this transition, okay, how this transition through this claiming of your power and the decisions to choose your happiness, how this is actually supporting you. Well, look at this. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Knight of Swords upright. So the Six of Wands in reverse, well, the Six of Wands upright is talking about embracing and feeling proud to authentically be self. And when it's in reverse, I feel that this is an energy maybe where you've been struggling, Gemini, where being your truth self, really standing into who you are, hasn't always been something that you have done easily or willingly. You know, I feel that it was something, again, this has to do with this power. And I feel that you have just given your power away, thinking that that was the right thing to do, thinking that you were doing a good thing. right? And I understand that because we are taught to put others first. We are taught to, serve the creator, serve the divine, right? Like I understand that. But see, I think that there has just been so much of your power given away here that within that you lost some version of your authenticity. You see, and when the Five of Cups is the Five of Cups in reverse comes out here, to me, I feel that there has been some sort of emotional burdens and baggages that you have held onto and carried, and there is this level of healing that needs to happen. That's why the Knight of Swords is here, because there is forward movement from this kind of belief that you were not either worthy enough to have more, or that life was just going to be tough. Like I feel that there is just this forward movement from this distorted energy. All right, so let's see. Why is the Six of Wands in reverse? Why is the Six of Wands in reverse here? Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Yep. See, here's another one of those new beginnings. And again, very much Pentacles, tangible changes here. And that page is talking about just taking that pause before you begin this new cycle. Allowing yourself to just breathe in this new beginning. You see, and here with the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Cups is talking about options before you, right? And maybe, within this new place and this new beginning, it's very hard for you to see which option you want to choose or which direction you want to go. But see, this is where you have to connect to your authenticity. Because choosing the options that are going to serve your life and actually, inspire you, create new passions, be this new beginning that you want it to be, you have to be authentic. Right? You have to stand in your own power. You have to claim what is yours. You have to say, okay, this is what I want in my life, so therefore I must be the one who gets it for myself. I must claim that if that's what I want, right? And I feel that that's how this transition is supporting you, because there is just this shift in understanding that you can claim your own power without it being a selfish energy. Okay? I feel that our society is really society, family, friends, just growing up, especially within, if you've grown up within any sort of religious, family, right? Like it's always been to give others, give. And here, Gemini, this is where you have to take for self for just a little bit. Okay. You really have to just fill self and really connect to what's actually going to make you happy. Why is this Five of Cups in reverse? Why is this Five of Cups in reverse? How is this Five of Cups in reverse supporting the Geminis? Thank you. Emperor, yeah. This Five of Cups in reverse, you see, there is emotions that you've been holding on to. And here's where you just claim your power to them. With the Emperor energy here, here's where you just decide, I'm moving past this. Okay? Those emotional burdens and those emotional baggages and those things that I allowed to weigh me down, like I can move, I can heal. Like they don't define who I am, right? And maybe it's even where other people's emotional baggage and burdens have weighed heavy on you. And this is where you choose, you take that charge and you stand, you just stand up for self. And with standing up for self, that we do have to be true and acknowledge the old emotions that we're just carrying, that we're beating our own self up for, right? We have to stand up for ourselves against our own selves sometimes. Okay? How is this Knight of Swords supporting this transition? Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Because you've planted the pentacles. The Knight of Swords here is the forward movement. And look here, the divine pushing, guiding, moving you, because there's that crow guiding you, moving you in this direction of forward movement. And you've planted so many seeds and so many pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is about co-creating here with Spirit and trusting that as you allow this transition to take place, as you allow this growth to just happen within your life, you and Spirit are co-creating and growing and manifesting this new beginning and these new opportunities. So in what is challenging, we had the King of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the King of Cups. You see, and here this is that standing in your authenticity. And of course it's going to be challenging because that Five of Swords behind it, that's where we get in our own mental fuckery headspace. Okay, this is where we fuck it up for ourselves. Okay, and you can see this guy in the background. See back here, see this guy back here, and there's a little bit of bloodshed on the ground because this could be somebody in your past that said some bullshit that's really hard for you to get it out of your head. Okay, maybe it's past situations, maybe it's childhood trauma, who knows? But it's where things from what people have said to you in the past became your truth. Okay, it's where false statements and false stories of yourself became your truth here. And the Five of Swords is where we get caught up in that false narrative. Okay, and see what is challenging you within this transition is standing in your own power. This King of Wands, he stands in his authenticity. Okay, his crown here is on top of this whole staff of life lessons. Okay. And it's a fiery crown at that because, you know, very much like that gecko on the shirt, he wasn't just born a Lion King. Okay? He started as a gecko. He had to grow to become the king that he is because he had to go through the lessons of life to become this level of kind of authenticity that he now holds. You see, and what can be challenging is to really stand to that level of authenticity when those old thought patterns and those old narratives of the past are telling you bullshit. Right? And the King of Cups in a reverse energy here, well, this is not connecting with your divinity. This is not connecting with your spirituality, not connecting with your peace, not connecting with your soul. Okay? So it's hard for us to connect to that level of authenticity and that truth within inside of self when we tell ourselves old narratives and we don't emotionally support ourselves. Why is this King of Wands? Why is this King of Wands challenging? Because you have to have the faith here. You have to connect to the divine. And, you know, Gemini, maybe for some of you, that's something that's really hard to do. Connecting to some sort of spirituality. Connecting to some sort of divinity. Five of Swords. Why is this Five of Swords so challenging? Why is this Five of Swords? Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, Magician in reverse and the King of Swords. So the King of Swords can be very cold. You know, and Gemini, this is your masculine energy. And as an air sign, you know, in a distorted energy, air signs often, like, we can be very cold. Okay? Air signs in a distorted energy have the ability to be ice queens or kings, or whatever way you want to say that. But see, this Five of Swords, here's that negative self-talk, right? Here's that mental fuckery. And here's the Magician in reverse. You know, and the Magician in the reverse is about actually embracing your own power. Again, that Magician is talking about that hierarchy of power, right? And that true understanding that what you want to manifest and co-create in life, that power is within you. It takes faith, it takes work, it takes dedication for sure, but that you contain all that you need to create the life that you're wanting to have. Boog, not right now, please. But see, I feel that what can be challenging you right now, Gemini, is that maybe that's a really hard thing for you to get clear and see. Okay? I feel that this mental fuckery could be a very big challenge for you guys. Why is this King of Cups in reverse? Yeah, look at that. Look at how much Wands came out here, guys. Because it is about the level of authenticity here and how that can be so challenging for you. And remember, if you are living your life authentically, well, then you're living your life the way that you were designed to. Because the divine did not create you. The creator did not create you a certain way for you not to live that way, or for you not to express yourself in the way in which you want to express yourself. You see? This is about really embracing who you are and expressing self fully. Okay? All right, so let's see. How is this transition? How could this transition be affecting the divine feminine energy? Thank you. Well, we have the Tower, the Queen of Pentacles in the Tower and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and the Four of Wands upright. So when I'm talking about divine feminine energy, I'm talking about divine feminine energy is our inner knowing, it's our intuition. Our divine masculine energy is that outward action. Now, certainly you can apply this to relationships and divine feminines. It's certainly not gender specific by any means. But I do always encourage that we reflect with our own divine feminine and divine masculine energy. Okay, so the Tower in reverse here and the Queen of Pentacles. How is this transition affecting this divine, our intuition and our inner guidance? Well, you see, I feel that the Tower has already crumbled. Okay, and maybe for some it hasn't. Because the Tower is about structures and patterns and foundations that aren't going to serve us going forward. The universe comes in, sets fire to those foundations because they aren't going to sustain us long term. They're not what we are meant to build our lives on. You see, in the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, well, here, this is about not being able to connect to that understanding of what you tangibly need to do. You know, having that disconnect between your intuition and the tangible aspects of your life, you see. And I feel that here, the divine feminine energy and how this transition is connecting to this divine feminine energy, because I feel that that is what's shifting. There is these transitions and these structures within inside of life. This happiness is what this divine feminine energy wants to move towards, but it is going to take this crumbling with these old structures that you are still holding on to. There has to be this shift within listening to this intuitive side of self, guys. There really does. How is this transition affecting divine masculine energy? Wow, thank you. We have the Hermit, the Eight of Swords, the Temperance, and the Knight of Cups. The Hermit is about that self-reflection. It's about taking the time to do the self-reflection here, allowing the divine to really, allowing the light within inside of self to guide you in the direction that you need to go. And notice how this is just a path that this girl just followed on her own. Nobody, stop, please. No, stop, please. Go lay down, please. Nobody else had to walk this path with this girl. Okay, this is a mission and this is a soul journey that she went on to on her own. And when we're talking about our action steps, my friend, this is something that you must do. Okay, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you probably should. Connect to self, okay? Find that light within inside of self. Do a hermit mode, right? Because here the Eight of Swords is about releasing yourself from where you've been stuck. Releasing yourself from those that stalemate, that feeling trapped, that feeling like you have to pretend to be somebody you're not, okay? The Eight of Swords can have that like victim kind of mentality, you know? And victim mentality, that doesn't mean like I'm not making light of the fact that you have been victimized, okay? Being victimized is a situation in which has legitimately caused you to be a victim of something, okay? But victim mentality is where you go forward believing that you are now your wound. You are defined by your wound. And you see, just because we are victimized does not mean that we must suffer in that victim mentality, okay? It is the choice that we can use what has happened to us to go forward. We do not need to be defined by that wound. And see, and the Temperance follows this energy, because I feel that this is where you're releasing yourself from where you have felt trapped. And whether that's where you felt trapped from wounds or where you felt trapped from other people's ideas and limitations, this is where you find this balance within inside of self, within inside your own inner knowing and within inside your action. Okay, your divine feminine and your divine masculine energy. This is where Temperance is about being patient. Okay, patience with self, but coming to terms, coming to the understanding of the balance within inside of self, and how that is how our power is so much stronger when we can balance the actions we take in our life to what our intuition is actually telling us and guiding us to do. Okay, let's pull some Moonology cards too for this divine masculine energy, and then we're going to finish up with an oracle card for this. All right, let's see. Divine feminine. What do you have? Ooh, that didn't work at all. What do you have for divine feminine energy here, Spirit? My dog Boog is just being such a pain in the butt, guys. I'm sorry. Boogie, go lay down, please. Divine feminine energy. What do we have for divine feminine energy? That's interesting. We have confidence is your key to success. The new moon in Leo. Take time to breathe out the decimating moon. This is about just allowing yourself that pause. You know, after the full moon is the decimating moon, because that's just about that. After the intensity. And then a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra. And you know, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a new romantic partner. It can certainly even be new romance within partnerships. Okay? All right, and divine masculine energy. What do we have for the divine masculine energy? Thank you, Spirit. Nothing is yet set in stone, the mutable moon. Show the world the real you, the full moon in Aquarius. And emotions are running high, the supermoon. Okay, and let's see. Yep, we're going to use the Spirit Animal Oracle. And this deck is a bit by Colette Baron-Reid. And I'm going to read the Oracle message right from the book because the descriptions in these books are just phenomenal. So this is for Gemini Spirit. What message do you have for Gemini going forward? What do we have for Geminis going forward this month of June? What message do you have for them going forward? Last shuffle. Just making a whole mess of my cards here. What message do you have for Geminis going forward, Spirit? We have Fox Spirit. Think on your feet. And the Crow Spirit. Wow, co-create with Spirit. I love those messages. Oh, I was only going to read one, but now I don't even know if both of those are such important. Okay, we're going to start with Crow Spirit because it's right here. Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. As you look around you, you can sense the magic that pulses through the world? Have you witnessed how every thought can become a thing, how every intention can call the universe into action, as the sacred laws shape what you experience? The universe works in perfect order. When you align your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs with Spirit, you will want to crow with delight, feeling the excitement and the wonder of being in harmony with something much larger than yourself. Crow Spirit says you are right on target now to see your dreams magically come into being in the visible world. The laws of abundance, compensation, frequency, and praise are operating in your favor now. Remember to be grateful and praise what's yours, even if it is still coming into form, still residing in the invisible realms of co-creation. No matter what area of your life you are concerned with now, what you hope for is on its way, for Spirit is your co-creation partner. And Fox. Be alert now, for Fox Spirit has appeared and you are meant to move swiftly. Let this clever spirit draw out your creativity as you adjust to rapid changing circumstances with resilience, grace, and astuteness. Fox Spirit helps you to think on your feet, using your best judgment and wits to help you slip into a more adventurous situation. Now is not the time to hesitate, but a time for swift action of the mind, a time to think outside the box and notice the many ways in which you might make a move, aware of your surroundings and always clear on what you deserve and wish to co-create. Trust that your cleverness, guided by Fox Spirit, will serve you well. Well, Geminis, thank you so much for being here today. As always, take great care of your beautiful soul. Bye now, my friends.